Conclusion. Come ye, my children, in that ye have all been called unto that way which would show forth to thy neighbor, thy brethren, that the Father loved his children. Who are his children? They that keep his commandments day by day. For unto him that is faithful and true is given the crown of life. The harvest is ripe, the laborers are few. Be not weary because there has been that which has seemed to trouble thee, for the ways are being opened to those that show themselves faithful and true. Faint not, for the day of the Lord is near at hand. Our Father, through the love that thou hast manifested in the world through thy Son, the Christ, make us more aware of God as love. God is love. If I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am become sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. And if I have the gift of prophecy and know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. And if I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and if I give my body to be burned, but have not love, it profiteth me nothing. Love suffereth long, and is kind. Love envieth not. Love vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not its own, is not provoked, taketh not account of evil. Rejoiceth not in unrighteousness, but rejoiceth with the truth. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Love never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, they shall be done away, whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall be done away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I felt as a child, I thought as a child. Now that I am become a man, I have put away childish things. For now we see in a mirror, darkly. But then face to face. Now I know in part. But then shall I know even as also I have been known. But now abideth faith, hope, love, these three. And the greatest of these is love. There have been turmoils and strife from the anger of others, from the disappointments of self, from conditions and experiences that have made for fear at times to creep in. And the wonderments as of how a loving Father allows one, that tries and tries, to be in a position to suffer so in body, in mind, as in the experience of the entity and those about it at times. Yet, with the application of that which has been held as the spiritual guidance in the sojourn in the earth, there will come that saving grace, that expression that is given by him who is the author and the finisher of faith, who is the life, who is the way, who is the vine. And ye as the branches may in him find that he will abide with they that keep his commandments, and his grace is sufficient unto thee, and will keep and sustain thee even in those conditions that overwhelm thee at times, and bring thee to a greater knowledge and understanding in the light of that service he would have thee render in his vineyard. For the day dawns when the love of the Father is to be manifested more and more among men. Know that thou hast a part in same, and it will be given thee that thou shouldst do. In the selfsame hour, as ye have need of, will it be shown thee. For as Venus also becomes a benevolent influence, those things which bring into the experience of the entity not obligations, not duties alone, but rather as friendships, are a part of the entity. These are not meaningless, as for material associations, but that the love of the Father may in the associations bring the greater glory in the activities of others. Love for love's sake. That maketh not afraid. That is not puffed up. That thinketh no evil. Becoming those things that make for the glorying of the Father and the Son in thee, as to become the natural manifestation of thy associations with thy fellow man. As to the appearances in the earth and those that become as urges through the emotional forces of the body itself, first let it be said. Study ever to show thyself approved unto God, rightly divining and dividing the words of truth, and keeping self unspotted from the world, and that thy conscience never condemns thee. For know, as he has given, I do not condemn. I come rather to love, and that ye may have the life and life more abundant in thine experiences with thy fellow man. The gospel of the Christ is, to do unto others as ye would have others do unto you. And do it every day, in every way. And thus may his power, his glory, be magnified in thee. Through such comes harmony, joy, peace, and might. Do all in a joyous manner. For his gospel is the glad gospel, the joyous life, the happy life.